Hey, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whenever you're seeing this video. This is Mystic Rose 1212. Welcome to my channel. If you're a subscriber or you've liked, shared, or commented on any of my videos, thank you. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. I'm happy to be here. Okay, so today's reading is going to be what do people like about you? Okay, so I shuffled the cards. I just pulled out, whatever amount of cards I felt inspired to. So this is pile one. And this is pile two. Okay, so just don't think about it too much. Pick the pile that you feel drawn to. And I'll give you a few seconds to do that. Okay, we'll start with pile one. All right, so don't dim to fit in. Okay, that's what this card says. Okay, there's one behind it. There we go. Okay, this is called The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. Okay, I didn't read what was on the bottom of this. This says, don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Okay. All right. Wait, perpet, postpone, pause, say no. Yeah, this just says no. Okay, so I'm not going to pull out all the cards. I just want to say what I'm getting already. Okay, so I feel like whoever the viewer is, you're not someone who is afraid to stand out. You let yourself shine. You understand that you have unique abilities, gifts, or maybe just a quirky personality, or you're outgoing, or you have a good sense of humor, whatever it is. You don't dim yourself to fit in with people because you know you're not supposed to fit in with people. And you allow other people to be different than you. Sometimes people may not like that you're different. They want you to blend in, but you're not supposed to be because you're gifted or talented in certain ways. I just heard musically might be one of them, or maybe as some kind of artist you're gifted. None of it, like, we're not all supposed to be the same. That's the problem too. It's like people think we're all supposed to be exactly alike. We're not. That's why there's so many different types of animals, insects. We're not supposed to all be the same. So you're someone who doesn't try to fit in to appease other people. Okay, so this one says The Great Gathering. Okay, so I feel like the viewer is someone who people are drawn to, and you bring groups of people together, but in a harmonious way. Like, it's not meant to gang stalk anybody or bully people. Like, you don't bring people together for any kind of bad reason. You bring them together for like common interests, or you just like each other's country, not country. You like each other's just personality. You like coming together, and you have common interests. So I feel like you're someone that brings people together. Okay, this one says, no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. Okay, so I feel like the viewer is someone who knows when to say no. You're not impulsive. You don't go off of a lot of instant gratification. You know when to say no and when it's time to pause and wait. And I feel like that has led to you having, I just heard self-mastery. So you have mastery over yourself to some degree. You're not easily influenced, manipulated, or controlled. I feel like you have a clear vision on where you're going with life, and you know when to say no and also when to say yes. And you're not nasty about it. You just, you assert yourself appropriately. So I think that's something people like about you. Okay, this is the Justice card. So I feel like you're someone who is fair with people. You don't play a lot of favorites, or you're not easily impressed by like money or physical appearance, or how much clout or prestige someone has. I feel like you not that you serve justice, but you treat people justly. Like if people are smart and, not smart, but sweet and considerate to you, and they're fair with you, you're fair with them. If you feel people are not being fair with you, then you'll, deal with them accordingly, and not necessarily in a nice way. You don't have to be nice to everybody. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune usually means some kind of completion. Like you could be, a lot of readers say you could be at the top of the wheel or at the bottom. So since this is upright, I feel like you're at the top of the wheel. And I think it's because you don't dim yourself to fit in. You bring people together in a harmonious way. People are just naturally drawn to you because they know you're fair, okay, and you treat people justly. So I feel like the Wheel of Fortune, this just means I feel like you've put in hard work and the wheel is turning in your favor at this time, and it's because you know when to wait and pause, and you're fair to people, and the universe is returning that back to you. Okay, so this is King of Swords. I don't think this card, oh, okay. Okay, so the King of Swords normally is someone very intelligent, sharp. They might come at you a little bit distant, aloof. I feel like you may have to be the King of Swords with some people, but honestly, you have to in general. Like if people are not treating you fairly or kindly, or you feel that they're treating other people fairly, you can become the King of Swords. But, you know, we all have to be sometimes. It's not just, you know, you can't be super nice all the time to people who are not being nice. Okay, Eight of Swords. So I feel like what people like about you is that even if you get into situations like the Eight of Swords, you know, it just means like a lot of obstacles, hardships. But the thing is, you could see the rope. The person is not necessarily bound by the rope. They can get out of the rope if they wanted to. I feel that what people like about you is that they've observed you've had a lot of swords in your back, or you've had obstacles or some kind of hardships in your life, circumstances, certain, you know, connections with people. It doesn't always have to be romantic. And that you've been able to work through it and get out of it. And even with having those obstacles, you've still been able to be fair, okay, and still bring people together, and still not, these cards are good, still not dim your light, okay? All right, so that's some things people like about you. Okay, Two of Wands. Okay, so Two of Wands. I feel like this is connected to knowing when to say no and knowing when to wait. I feel like sometimes you may have a decision to make. You have two options or two paths you could take, but I feel like you don't act harshly or impulsively, and you take your time and you weigh both options, because this is about, like, you know, weighing both options, figuring out which direction you're going to go to. You weigh both options and you take careful consideration. You might find out information about a topic or research, or, you know, you don't jump into things. You take your time and you're willing to wait and pause, and then you make the best choice. And I feel also when you make choices, what people like about you is you try to consider everyone involved. You're fair. You show justice. Okay? All right. The Hangman. Okay, so the Hangman usually means like you're waiting for something. So I think this goes along with the card that said no. Like, you know when you need to wait, take a pause, just take a break, maybe spend time by yourself to figure out what you want to do, think about things, okay? So people like that about you. All right, so this one says Nine of Pentacles. Okay, this is a really good card to get. Okay, Nine of Pentacles means that you're good with money, you're solvent, you're financially stable, abundant. Ten of Pentacles is the most you can get in the tarot deck. So Nine of Pentacles means like you're good with your money, your business endeavors come out well, again, because you take your time, you're fair, you're just, you try to bring people in a harmonious way, because I feel like the universe also brings you good opportunities. But that's to reward you for how you conduct yourself in the world. Okay, so this is always a good card to have. This or the Ten of Pentacles is always good. Okay, Three of Wands. This is another card about waiting for your ships to come in, seeing what your options are. You know, so on the card you could see here literally ships. Okay, and you have three branches coming out of the ground, three sticks. Okay, so this is again like you're just waiting. You're waiting for your ships to come in. You're not doing anything reckless or impulsive. You might, you're willing to trust and see what the universe brings you instead of, forcing what you want to happen. Okay, so this is also why people like you. Oops. There you go. Okay, and this is the last card. It says, you are a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. Through this deck, may you find a path to the... Okay, so this is really about the deck, but I feel like people feel like you are full of life and possibilities. And I feel like people feel that you share You may not share, you know, you're not going to share all your money, but you share your ideas with people to help encourage people, bring them together. You know, like I said, you show justice. And because of that, people appreciate you. They like how you handle things. You're not impulsive. And that's also why you're in the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so this is pile one. This was why people like you. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. This was a good reading. So here we go. Okay. Okay, this is pile number 2 now. Okay, I'll put this over here. All right, so that's 10, okay, 1054. All right, so I'll start with these cards. I like these cards. Okay, so the first one is, hold on. Okay, so the first one is Mirror. Okay, it says who or what is triggering you. Okay, so that's Mirror. All right, the next one is yes. Just say yes. Okay. The next one is share your voice. Okay, it says come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Share your voice. Okay. All right, if I feel like I should say something about it, I will. Okay, 7 of Swords. Okay, 7 of Swords usually means someone who's sneaky, deceitful, tricky, they lie a lot, they try to make things seem different than what they actually are, but in a way to deceive people, not, you know, to protect themselves. Okay, okay, so I feel like so far, what people like about you, pile number 2, the viewer, is you share your voice. You speak up when you feel you need to, whether it's to defend someone or just to share your opinion, but you don't do it in a way that's harsh with people, or like everybody may not like what you're sharing, but you do it in a way because you have a right to your opinion, and you just do it because you don't want to be silenced. You know, you have good ideas and you may not, you know, fit in with everybody, but you're not afraid to speak up. Okay. 7 of Swords, I feel like, I don't feel like the viewer's 7 of Swords. I feel like what people like about you, pile 2, is that you're able to identify or discern when people are being sneaky or deceitful, and you're able to work around that, okay? You know when to say yes, okay? When to participate, collaborate, you know, jump in with people, so you know when to say yes, all right? And also, I feel like because you share your voice, it helps. It's like a mirror to people. It serves as a mirror to people because some people are afraid to speak up, and whatever you share makes people aware of, oh yeah, I wasn't, you know, I was afraid to say that, or oh, you know, I was thinking that, but I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to express it. So I feel like some things you say are a mirror to people, so that's why it's good for you to share your thoughts, okay? And you're considerate how you do it. I don't feel like you try to offend people. All right, 2 of Swords. Okay, so this usually means like you have 2 choices. You have to make a decision. Okay. All right. Let me see. Oh, Ace of Swords. Okay, so this just usually means clarity, the truth. So I think what people like about you, pile 2, is that, like I said, you're not afraid to express yourself, but you also try to give the truth, clarity. I feel like you try to be fair when you share things. You're not brutally honest. You don't try to hurt people, but you're willing to say what the truth is. And people appreciate it because then it gives them a mirror into their own feelings, thoughts, and helps. It just helps people, I feel. Okay. All right, next card up, 9 of Cups. Oh, this is a good card. Okay, so the cups stand for water in tarot. So I feel like the 9 of Cups means like you're very loving, you're warm, you have a lot of feeling for people. So what people like about you, pile 2, is that you're warm, you're loving, you're a kind personality. Okay, you try to be there for people. Like you're not a cold personality, you're loving. Okay, so you show emotion. Okay, let's see. King of Wands. Okay, so King of Wands, it can be a sexual card, but I feel like the viewer for pile 2, what people like about you is like you're dynamic, you're probably very attractive, you have good ideas, you're passionate about things. So if you're not afraid to share your voice, okay, you probably share your voice in a passionate way that inspires people, makes people think about their own thoughts, look at themselves. Okay, so this is a good card too. Eight of Wands. Okay, so I feel like Eight of Wands can mean something's moving quickly towards you. Right, so in this case, I feel like for pile 2, what people like about you is that when you need to move and address things fastly and swiftly, you do it. But not in a way, not everybody's going to like when you address things fast and quickly, but you're efficient is what I feel like this means. So what people like about you is you get things done and quickly when they need to be. Not everything, you don't make everything a drama or an emergency, but you take care of things fast and quickly when you need to. Okay, King of Cups. Oh, this is another good card. Okay, so King of Cups is again someone who is very kind, loving, nurturing. Cups is about emotion. It's like water. It symbolizes water in the tarot. So King of Cups is like someone who's very kind. They come from a heart space, a loving space. So what people like about you, pile 2, is you come from a warm, loving space. You speak your mind when you need to. Okay, there's your mirror. I mean, your voice, okay? But you do it in a kind way or you try to be loving. All right, Three of Swords. Usually this card, the Three of Swords, means like heartbreak, heartache, disappointment, some kind of romantic disappointment. I feel like this has to do with romance, but not in a bad way. Okay, so since you're the King of Cups, I feel like as far as romantic partners, you're not cruel to them. You try not to cause heartbreak. You try to be fair. You try to come from a loving. I mean, you can't please everybody, but I think pile 2, what people like about you is you try to come from a fair point of view. You try to come from a loving point of view. Okay, you express your thoughts, but I don't think you're cruel or like sadistic. Okay, you try to be, fair with people, loving. You try to think about things, and you try not to, break people's hearts. Again, you can't please everybody, but you try not to be a heartbreaker. And if pile 2, you've experienced heartbreak, you don't retaliate, you don't create drama. You allow people to have their own thoughts and choices and opinions. Okay, so that's what I have for you for pile 2. So I hope that was helpful, everybody. Please click the like button if you like this reading. Become a subscriber if you're interested. If you want to comment, if it resonated, let me know. Feel free. And I hope this was helpful. And I will see everyone on the next video. Again, my readings are timeless. So whenever it's been uploaded, doesn't mean that's when it's relevant. It's relevant whenever you see it. Okay? All right. Thank you. Have a good day.